Hi, it's the M.L.M for the Soul Channel, and I do have a new topic for today. Before I begin, I would just like to say, may the words and expressions of my mouth and the thoughts and meditations of my heart find favor and acceptance before you, Hashem. And some people I thank who've inspired me. I hope they can inspire you as well. And I will have links below this video to their sites. They are Rabbi Shalom Arush, Rabbi Lazer Brody, Rabbi Yosef Mizrahi, Rabbi Eli Mansour, Rabbi Alon Anava, Rabbi Yuval Ovadia, Rav Daniel Asore, Nisan Baruch Black, David Sachs, Rabbi Michael Skobach, Jews for Judaism, Rabbi David Asher, and Rabbi Yaron Ruvain. As well, if you've never checked out this channel before, I will have a link right below this video to my first video that explains what M.L.M for the soul means, what it stands for, and what I am doing. So today is the final part 3 from this Zemiroth, the Artscroll Mesorah Series for Shabbat. And I will have a link also below to the website for all that Artscroll sells that you can check out. And again, I want to dedicate this video to the Aliyah of the Neshama of Rabbi Meir ben Rav Aaron Zlotowitz, who passed away almost a month ago, right before Rosh Chodesh Tammuz, and who was the founder of Artscroll. So anyway, this is part 3 of the Eishes Chayil that I was doing and going through the commentary here. So I'm going to go back to that and we'll finish up today. And Be'ezrat Hashem, I'll be doing something else next week. So not sure yet what, but we'll see. Okay, so let me find that here. So here we go. Okay, so where I was up to, let me just check out what I finished, what I stopped on. I did here. Okay, so I am up to, this is the 16th verse. It goes, Oz v'hadar levusha v'tzischak liyom acharon. Strength and majesty are her raiment. She joyfully awaits the very last day. So when it says Oz v'hadar levusha, strength and majesty are her raiment, it's that her clothing are sturdy as well as beautiful, according to Mitzudos. The expression hidur mitzvah, beautification of a commandment, refers to effort and expenditure that are made to increase the quality of observance. For example, the willingness to spend more for a better mezuzah or a more beautiful esrog. Thus, the Eishes Chayil dons the spiritual raiment of her dedication to enhance the beauty of her mitzvah observance. That's from Pirchei Shoshanim. So meaning, don't opt for the cheaper thing. When you're doing a mitzvah, better to spend more like a man who gets tefillin, talis, tzitzis, buying a mezuzah, all those things, like it says. Don't, beautify it. You're supposed to make it, something that you want to have, not that it's a burden or that it's too expensive, because people spend money on things that are not important. These things are more important, so better to spend on them. Okay, when it says about Tischak Acharon, she joyfully awaits the very last day. She awaits the inevitable last day of life with confidence that she will have earned respect and honor, according to Mitzudo. So according to the Midrash Mos Rabbah, this verse alludes to the fact that just prior to their death, Hashem shows the righteous the share they have earned in the world to come. Thus she will be joyous on her last day, because then she will come to know the extent of the reward which she has earned. The M.L.M comments that her good deeds will constitute the ultimate garments with which she will be clothed on her last day, when her body, the earthly garment of her soul, will be removed. So that's why it's so important for us to do more good deeds, more mitzvahs. We want to have more merits to take with us. So the more we can do, the better. Okay, next verse, 17. Pia padcha v'chachma v'torah chesed al lashona. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and a lesson of kindness is on her tongue. So when it says Pia padcha v'chachma, she opens her mouth with wisdom. Whatever she says is wise, it's going to Mitzudos. And M.L.M interprets this verse as a continuation of the previous one. She has no fear of her last day, because when it comes, she can open her mouth, i.e., defend her course of action in life, by citing the wisdom upon which she based all her deeds on earth. Further, she will speak of, meaning carry on her tongue, the kindness she did, i.e., her good deeds that went far beyond the minimum requirements of the halacha. When we talk about that's what Hasidus is, going behind the halacha, to be a chassid. So meaning, like, so this she'll have what to say. She won't be like, I didn't do anything, I wasted my time on nonsense. Instead, she's going to have all these things that she'll be able to use in her defense. The Rabbi Yisrael Salanter used to say that the prerequisite of all 613 commandments is the self-understood injunction, do not be a fool. I like that. The best intentions can be meaningless if they are not pursued wisely. The Eishes Chayil, therefore, is praised for the wisdom with which she chooses her words as much as for the quality of her deeds. It's very important. And the root pei chet taf, or like petach, to open, refers to beginning a new undertaking. resolve with which she began her married life, that her husband engaged in the pursuit of chachma, wisdom, i.e. Torah study, while she provided the material support, became a lesson of kindness with which her children were imbued. That's from Pirchei Shoshan, meaning you see that's the example that you pass on to your children, so you want it to be something that they'll do as well, and something good. When it says the Torah Chesed al Shona, and a lesson of kindness is on her tongue, she teaches others to engage in good deeds. So mitzudo, so meaning she shows them, or also by example, when you see someone doing something good, you want to emulate them. You're like, wow, that I like how that person is. I want to be like them. Okay, then verse 18. Sophia halichot beita v'lechem atzlos lo tochel. She anticipates the way of her husband and her household, and partakes not of the bread of laziness. So when it says Sophia halichot beita, she anticipates the ways of her household, the translation follows Rashi, who explains that she looks ahead to the needs of her home. Mitzudos renders she observe. Both agree that she pays her household close attention in order to be sure that they walk the path of righteousness. That's so important, because the mother is called the wife, or the Isha is called bias. It's her house, because she's the one who runs the household. She's the one who is around most of the time, and she's the one who the kids see more often than usually the father, and instills in them these things. Okay, when it says v'lechem atzos lo tochel, and partakes not of the bread of laziness, she does not linger over her food, thereby turning her meals into an opportunity to indulge idle instincts. Instead, she eats quickly and resumes her essential tasks. That's from Yosef, meaning, like food is not the important part, other things are. And then there's a footnote here. In the homiletical interpretation, Rabbi Hirsch of Rimanov observed that a person must build himself a bias, a house, in the world to come. Everyone therefore should anticipate the needs of the home he builds himself by doing good deeds on earth. If he is properly preoccupied with the needs of the spiritual future, he will be sure to amass a store of spiritual achievement. Otherwise, his reward in the world to come will be undeserved, meaning the bread of laziness. So that's very interesting. Okay, then verse 19. Her children arise and praise her husband, and he loves her. So when it says Kamu Baneva Yashua, her children arise and praise her, in appreciation for and recognition of the qualities described above, her family will praise her. Esoterically, the children are the angels created by her good deeds, and the Baal, which can be translated both as husband and as master, refers to Hashem the master. All of them testify in praise of her righteousness. That's according to Mitzudos. And generally, a person's greatness goes unappreciated by those who know him intimately, for they see all the flaws and blemishes at close hand. The major praise of the Eishes Chayil, however, comes from those who know her best, her immediate family. There is no more eloquent testimony to her virtue. So that's so true. Then Hirsch, Psalms 1:1 or Tehillim translates Ashrei as forward striding. He goes on to explain that the root Asher, or Aleph Shin Reish, denotes progress and forward movement from one success to the next goal. If so, we may interpret the expression of praise ascribed to her children by Yashua as indicative of her influence upon them. Her greatest achievement is that after she educates her children to a given level of achievement, they continue to move forward on their own initiative. So meaning she starts it. She starts the process, and then they follow and continue. Once they see it, they continue it on their own. Okay, verse 20. Rabo banot asuchaya va'at alit al kulana. Many daughters have amassed achievement, but you surpass them all. So when it says va'at alit al kulana, but you surpass them all, Pirchei Shoshanim understands this general statement is being clarified in the following verse. The action of some women may be designed to gain the favor of others by convincing them of the doer's grace and beauty. Eishes Chayil, however, is motivated solely by fear of Hashem, so that's her only motivation. Okay, then 21. Sheker hachein vehevel hayofi isha yirat Hashem hitzat halal. A lot of people might know this phrase. A lot of times you hear people use it and say it. Grace is false and beauty is vain. A God-fearing woman, she should be praised. So when it says Sheker hachein vehevel hayofi, grace is false and beauty is vain, grace and beauty are not attributes that are worthy of serious praise, for they have no great value. Only a woman's fear of Hashem is deserving of praise, according to Mitzudos. Grace and beauty are given by Hashem, and may well be only transitory. They do not reflect the character and worth of a person. So that's what matters. What's more important is the person who fears Hashem, who has yira, that's most important. He tithalol, she shall be praised. She should be praised. The word tithalol literally means she may praise herself, i.e. the Eishes Chayil has a right to speak in her own praise. This suggests the thought expressed in Yirmiyah, let the wise man not praise himself, al yithalel, with his wisdom. Only with this may one praise himself, understanding and knowledge of me, meaning that I am Hashem. And the Harav Moshe Feinstein explains that the person whose prime interest is knowing Hashem's will in order to serve him better is justified in lauding his own wisdom, wealth, and power, because his knowledge and fear of Hashem suffuse and elevate all his personal attributes. So that's what he bases everything on. Therefore, his personal attainments are but tools with which to serve Hashem. Because the Eishes Chayil truly fears Hashem, she has the right to be proud of her achievements, which essentially are all manifestations of His will. So again, it's not about her, it's about Hashem's will, doing His will. And a footnote to this, homiletically, many commentators have interpreted this verse as a reference to the courage of the Eishes Chayil in times of spiritual challenge. So when it says, Sheker Achein, when falsehood wins grace in the eyes of the beholder, Veheval Hayofi, and vanity is regarded as beautiful. Then Isha Yirat Hashem Hitatal, a woman who fears Hashem, is more worthy of praise than ever. I think what means when falsehood wins over grace, or wins grace, I'm sorry. So meaning, that's when it's regarded as beautiful. Meaning, I should really clarify that. Meaning, in times of a challenge, that's what it's talking about. Okay. Let's see. One more. The last verse. It's a little bug on there. Very tiny. Wow, amazing. I don't know how I should make these little tiny bugs. They're like the tiniest thing, you can barely see them. Give her but the fruits of her own hand, and let her be praised in the gates by her very own deeds. So when it says Tanula mi priya deha, give her but the fruits of her own hand, no compliment given her is unearned. Whatever kind word is said about her is well deserved. It is but the fruit of her righteous deeds, according to Mitsudos. There is no need to recite her praises. Her own deeds are the most eloquent testimony to her virtue from Eitz Yosef, meaning, like they say, live by example. Like, so you don't need to even say anything. And then one more thing that was interesting here, that I'm just going to share, which was still on this page. It's just a side note thing. It's called growth through challenge. So in expressing His will to create woman, His meaning Hashem said, I will make him a helper, kenegdo, corresponding to him. That's from Bereshis. Literally, the word kenegdo means against him. The Talmud Yevamos explains that both translations are equally valid. If man is deserving, then his wife will be his helpmate, corresponding to him, so that together they contribute to the greatest mutual good. But if he's not worthy, she will indeed be against him, so that their union will deteriorate in unhappiness and strife. And also against him, this is my own note, against him meaning, like, if he's not doing something that's following Hashem, or doesn't wake up to go pray, in a timely manner, or do certain things, she has to be against him, meaning tell him, no, you have to do this. This is what you're required to do. So that's how I look at it too. So the commentators explain that even the so-called adversary status against him is beneficial when properly exercised. By questioning and criticizing one another constructively, people learn and grow. That's kind of what I was saying too. So the Talmud in Baba Metzia relates that one of Rabbi Yochanan's leading disciples, Reish Lakish, would constantly question and dispute him. His other leading disciple, Rabbi Eliezer, would bring proofs to substantiate the teachings of Rabbi Yochanan. When Reish Lakish died, Rabbi Yochanan mourned the loss of his critical judgment. Reish Lakish's critical evaluations caused the teaching to be refined and improved, while Rabbi Eliezer's complimentary judgments left them essentially intact, meaning he didn't challenge him, So too, the wife who stands against her husband is in a constructive and loving manner prods him to improve and realize his potential. That's from May Hashiloach. So that's so important that we do that. That's how a person grows. I mean, if they're doing something that they need to improve on, then you have to do that. So I hope you enjoyed this 3-part series, and you can always go back and listen to the other ones if you didn't get a chance to listen to them, and learn from them. We can all learn, no matter if it's for a woman or not. I think everyone can learn that what we need to do to get closer to Hashem and to do His will, and that we will all merit to live and see the coming of Mashiach speedily in our days, and the rebuilding of our final and everlasting Beis HaMikdash. Amen. And thanks for watching.